change.
No.
There's not going to be either, you know. Until I do what has to be done.
I don't accept that Lucky doesn't have a chance to recover.
I don't either.
Luke, I was comatose once. Years ago in Pine Valley. I'd be happy to sign a release so you can read all about it in my medical records, and you can read about how the doctors feared that my condition might be permanent. But obviously the doctors were wrong. I woke up, and maybe Lucky can too. If you just give him a chance.
You were in a coma? God, it seems like everybody in town's been comatose but me.
Luke, will you just trust me on this and give him another chance to recover?
You're not listening to me. Tell me something honestly. What was your prognosis? Did the doctors tell you the same thing that they're telling me about him? That no one with his profile has ever recovered? That he's slipping further and further away? You look me in the eye and you tell me it was the same thing, Sky. It wasn't. It isn't. And you know it. You're not even trying to understand my point of view. You're only interested in getting me to do what you think is the right thing for Lucky. And you're completely ignoring what I think is right for my son every second.
What if you're making a terrible mistake? Luke, he's not in any pain. What is the harm in keeping him hooked up?
How do you know he's not in any pain, Sky? Take out your medical diploma. Let me take a good look at it, because the doctors are telling me they don't know. They're not sure. They think he's not in pain. And as far as those machines go, you're saying that there's no problem with the machines? The doctors tell me that every second he's on the machines, his body moves further and further away from remembering how to function without them. Everybody's so busy in this town, taking everybody else's moral pulse, that my son is dying. All this righteous posturing is robbing him of the last chance he has to survive. How long would you have me wait, Dr. Blaze?
I don't know, Luke. We could pick a date. It's like a year from today.
A year. A year of him being on these machines, worrying that they might break down and he'll die, or terrified that there'll be a power outage. A year of minute-by-minute monitoring. A year of misery and fear while my son dies, little by little. No, Sky. I don't think so.
Lucky, do you know how much your father loves you? How deeply he is grieving. How hard he is trying to do what it is that you would want. I don't know. Maybe Luke's right. Maybe you are gone. It'd be an act of mercy to let your body follow your spirit. But I don't want to see Luke live like that. I don't want to see him haunted by that moment of seeing his hand on that switch and wondering if he should have just given you one more chance to breathe. Just one more chance to open your eyes. Lucky, please don't do that to your father. He needs you now. Lucky, if you can hear me, please come back. Do it now, please.
The only thing that would ever haunt me is knowing that I stood by and did nothing. Well, cowboy, I know you're in there. You've just lost the trail. But I know you can find it back. You can find it back because I'm here waiting for you. You know, first maybe we should go back, you and I. Back before all the arguments and the anger and the disappointments. Back to when you and I were the best of friends. Back to when it was just me and you and your mom. Living out on the road, on the run. Living by the rules. You remember the rules. You could recite them when you were 4 years old. Rule number 1. Always be on the lookout, because they'll never stop chasing us. Rule number 2. Never hesitate. That gives them the upper hand. Rule number 3. When the alarm sounds, run. Don't look back. Just run as fast as you can. You remember, wherever we were in the world, we always had another city. Another city that we would get to if we got separated. And you were always told the route and how to get there. I remember the first time you sounded the alarm. You were 7 years old. And we were in Istanbul. And you heard those guys talking near the Hagia Sophia, 2 men asking questions. You knew it wasn't right. You rushed to the rug salesman, but we had left, your mother and I. We'd gone somewhere, I don't remember where. And you followed the rules. You acted like a pro. You lit the lamp. You took the money from the nest egg, and you hopped a bus. 15 days, alone, all the way to Seville. You stowed away on boats, you jumped trains, you hid in trucks, you avoided border guards and gone tourists. And then you missed the train from Brindisi to Rome. And you were 8 hours late, and you knew the rule. If you're late, you get left behind. Your mother and I were there at the Santa Justa terminal waiting for you. And you didn't come. Those were the rules. You had to be left. Your mother begged me, but I sent her on ahead, and I stayed. I stayed for 8 hours, standing in the rain on that terminal, waiting for you. And when the train pulled in, you came running into my arms when you were a child for the first time in over 2 weeks, and we held each other so tight neither one of us could breathe. And I told you then, I will never leave you. I will never leave you behind. Not then, not now, not ever. Not ever. I'm not gonna leave you behind now, pal. You're in there. And you're in danger. Run, Lucky. Run. I'm standing here in the rain, and I'm waiting for you. Run to me. Run. Run. Oh, give me land, lots of land, under starry skies above. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide, open country that breeze. Listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you, please, don't fence me in. Hear me talking to you, son. Don't fence me in. I'm here waiting for you, cowboy. Don't fence me